Welcome. Yesterday I uploaded this video anticipating this big move on Bitcoin. Now that we have this big move to the upside, confirming the higher low and the higher high here in this little uptrend, there's an update. So I have a new invalidation level, which I want to talk about and why this new invalidation level is where it is. And I also want to talk about what I think is going to come next here now that we have such a crazy price action look here with this huge wick. Now, before getting into all those details on both Bitcoin and Litecoin, I want to give a quick shout out to my affiliate, BingX Exchange. I really like this exchange because they allow trading of crypto, stocks, forex, indices, and commodities all on one platform with good competitive fees. Also, no KYC requirement, so anyone in the world can use this exchange. They also offer a bunch of new user sign-up bonuses with deposit bonus and trading volume bonuses. So check these guys out with my link in the description down below if you're interested, and I'd appreciate that. All right, to kick things off with this analysis, the first thing I need to say is the time to enter a fresh position was down here when I was talking about it, and it's no longer that time. Just like back here on this push up when we cleared this high over here, I made a video when that happened that said time to be cautious, still bullish, but time to be cautious and wait to see how this develops. We wanted to see a corrective sideways type of price action, and that's exactly the case right now. We just made this big move up, clearing this high, and what I want to see next is how this develops. Now, I have a new invalidation level, like I said earlier, and let's talk about that invalidation level that will determine if we're staying bullish or flipping to a more bearish bias. Okay, so this low right here, around 27,164, this is the new invalidation, and the invalidation is upon a daily close below that level. Okay, so we close below that level, which is the origin of this big spike here on the daily, but it also coincides with the lows down here, and it coincides with our deviation below this level. So this is the deviation right here. See how we push under? We have this deviation below that level, but we reclaim it here and continue higher with strong impulsive price action. So we want to see this now act as our new supporting level on a daily close. Okay, so how do we kind of anticipate, getting into a new position? Well, we want to take a look at logical levels that may be swept on a come down here. So if this starts coming down in a corrective way, like what happened over here, I talked about this three-wave corrective price action here. If this starts coming down, we want to target this low here. This is a logical low to be swept, and it also coincides with this big spike up right here. So not a lot of action happened here. Often price kind of comes back down into these voids, if you want to call them. I don't really know what to call them, but I just call it a void. Kind of comes down into that area below a logical low right here, and that's where we often find a support. Okay, so deviation down into this area, and then we want to see a reclaim back up. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, and I don't want to make any calls right now, just like I didn't want to make any strong calls back here, because I want to wait and see how price develops. But that's the new invalidation level, and it's because we have this deviation below it. It's a significant level that we now want to hold to continue this bullish trajectory. Okay, and it's logical that we come down and sweep this low over here. We don't need to, but that's going to be the anticipation at this moment. I want to look and show you a similar thing on Litecoin, just so you can understand how these deviations often work. So I kind of drew it in here. With Litecoin, it's a bit of a different setup. This is 4-hour time frame. So we see low here, we see a low here, coming down to that same level, supporting here on this big wick, and then we deviate below. But after deviating here below that level, we reclaim it with this big move up, and now we want to see upon daily candle close that this level is going to hold as our new supporting level, and we continue up out of there. Okay, so things are still bullish. We just don't want to see this start breaking down below here again. Otherwise, it's not a good look, and we're likely going to be heading down for new lows over here. Okay, so we want to see this act as this sort of deviation below this level, and it's a fake out essentially, where we come back up into the range, hold it as support, and then continue higher. Okay, so I just thought it'd be good to show two examples, one on Litecoin, one on Bitcoin, with this deviation and why that's a significant spot, because it's a trapped level. So we trap people down here. Anyone who was shorting down here gets trapped, and then we don't come back. We don't return down there. We keep going higher. So still, to be clear, Bitcoin is still bullish. There's no reason to be bearish yet. We're still holding significant levels. We have still bullish structure, and we want to now see this new level here being held as support upon a daily close level. So we're slowly increasing higher and higher with the invalidation points. I don't see any reason why this needs to continue down, although, you know, this big wick can look really bearish. I do believe that a lot of people are still trying to short this as we come up here. But if anyone's been watching my videos, you can know that the last month and a half, anyone who's buying bullish divergence on dips is on the winning side of things. You didn't want to be shorting throughout this trend here, as the big moves are going to the upside. Okay, corrective on the way down, impulsive on the way up, and we want to continue to see that. Okay, so we don't want to see massive red candles coming in here impulsively. We want to see it go sideways, slowly correct itself, and then start building up for that next move to the upside. Okay, so again, logical level to come down to would be here, although invalidation would be below this, closing on a daily around 27,160. If we take a look at a daily time frame, let's get rid of these drawings. It's not logical to be bearish right now. A lot of people are being bearish, but we're still holding over even this high right over here, this high here. So we're looking at the candle bodies, the closes here on the daily. We're still holding significant levels. So this is still a valid break to the upside. We just want to see this consolidate here, and then we can decide what is likely coming next. Just like here on this pullback, I waited and I said, be cautious for now, just like I'm saying in this video, be cautious now, but we're going to maintain bullish, our bullish outlook until we have an invalidation, and we don't have that. So still maintaining bullishness, looking for how this develops, and then I can formulate a plan for actually taking a position. So right now is not a time to be entering a new position, to be very clear. Okay, so that's going to wrap things up for this video. Just wanted to give a quick update because we did complete the analysis of making a higher low and a higher high here, and now talking about what we want to see next before taking a position. Pullback, bullish divergence, still going to be what we want to see here, looking for corrective price action for follow through to the upside. Okay, doesn't mean that it can't break down. Okay, so just be ready. If it does start breaking down, we know our invalidation level, and so we can get bearish when the time comes, or if the time comes, but right now is not that time. All right, so that will conclude it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. I'll update it as need